Alright, everyone. Roll credits. And the two people who you didn't bring, show up. Well, I guess technically you don't have to bring, like, anybody other than the 3 people required to actually get in here. Uh-oh, what's going on? Oh no, the magic site's breaking. I'm guessing, yeah, magic is disappearing. That doesn't make any sense, though. I guess because the statues, which were the source of all magic, are now broken. Oh no, Lexi's gonna go. But yeah, I mean, the earliest you can actually defeat Kefka is right after you collect Setzer and the airship, because that's the only way you can get to the tower. So you only need 4 people to actually 3. You can skip Sabin. But yeah, I mean, you can beat the game with 3 people. And I guess anyone you didn't bring would show up. Obviously, there's 14 characters in the game. 2 of them are optional. So if you don't have any spare characters, like you didn't recruit Gogo or Umaro, then they don't show up. Obviously, if Shadow's dead, he won't be there, but I got everybody, just to show off everybody in the ending there. Because now it's going to play like the credits of a movie, which, for me, blew my freaking mind when I saw this. That, like, you know, they were going through everybody, and, you know, obviously it's what you name them as what the character's actual name is, Cyan Garamon. And then there's going to be, you know, they're escaping, and, you know, they have they have little things about quirks about them. Obviously, Ryan still has a thing about machines. I don't know if getting those books in his side quest actually does anything or not. maybe it does that. I don't know. I've never not gotten those. Also, I don't know what happens if someone is in a scene that you didn't bring with you. Like, if you have Cyan, but not Edgar. I guess you have to have Edgar. And Setzer Gabiani. Yeah, I think... Actually, let's see. Is there anyone in this scene who you don't have to have? Okay, Setzer's obviously has to be there. Yeah, those 2 are there because they have to be there. Yeah, obviously you have to have Celis and Edgar to get in here. So they will probably appear in every scene, now that I think about it. Because, like, what would happen if you had, like, in the previous scene, if you didn't have, well, B-Dude as Edgar Roni Figaro? And then it's going to flip around and show Sabin. Because they get one scene together. Now what happens, obviously you have to have Edgar. What happens if you skip Sabin? Does it skip him? I don't know. Someone tell me, like, if it's someone who skipped Sabin. Again, all 4 of those people, aside from Sabin, have to be there. Aww. Yeah, I mean, Johnny left realizing that, obviously, Beat was the better Edgar was the better politician, so... Edgar flipping us off. Turnip. There's all the adorable Moogle Mog. Oh. I think of turnips as a Moogle. I mean, some people would take that as an insult, but no, Moogles are really, actually, like, cool. Like, in every Final Fantasy game. See, there's Edgar again. Obviously, you know, if Turnips isn't here, the scene doesn't play, so there's no other character that might not be here in the scene. I didn't notice that before. That, like, it's always Celis, Edgar, or Setzer, because they have to be here. I don't know if Turnips is, like, excited about his hair as Mog is. And... obviously, Mog might be in this scene, because to get Umaro, you have to have Mog. But he's obviously optional. Yeah, see, again, Cella's and Setzer. Ngar. Nox doesn't talk like that. He's way more sophisticated. He probably could bash down a wall if he really wanted to. He's not a Sasquatch, so he's actually a really nice guy. He looks like the lead singer for FFVII, if anyone can believe that. Which I find hilarious. I don't think anyone else notices, though. And Gogo is Gogo, because I didn't want to give him someone's name, because, you know, Tumblr might get upset. Like, I care what Tumblr thinks, but I just thought it was funny. That and nobody wanted to be Gogo. Again, the same 3 people who have to be? Wow. Both buttons have to be pressed. Really? You're gonna tell the Mimic to do exactly? Blink. Even does the blinking part? And there he goes. Uterai as Gao. Now, I'm sorry I couldn't bring him. I mean, he can be abusive if you actually put effort into him, but the effort is, it's more fooling with the random number generator, and I just don't want to. Again, there's Edgar and Celis. Hey, I opened that treasure chest, and that one. Shove them on rocks down the hill. I didn't show off his dad either. There's a couple things I didn't like in the game. Like all of Shadow's dreams I didn't do. I might do that as a bonus episode if I remember. Her name is Celez Cher. I find that hilarious. I don't know why. Just think to call her Cece. Oh, Terra's in this scene. Huh. You don't have to recruit her either. So I'm... that's odd. I guess there's one point where... Like, what happens if she's not there? Is she just not in the scene? He said that the last time too, and then you let... Well, I guess he didn't let go so much as he kind of... like, he probably did that thing where, you know, he couldn't hold on because, like, physical limitations. But that was pretty reminiscent of the bandana sequence. But yeah, there's the Shadow Dreams, which you can find on YouTube easily enough. They're not, you know, that hidden. It's also random, which is why I didn't do it. And I didn't show Gao meeting his father. All they do is they dress him in a suit and try to take him to meet his dad. His dad doesn't recognize him because his dad's kind of whacked out of his skull. Lexi's gonna have a conversation with her dad. I don't know why you had to throw it in the tube. I'm assuming that means the kids. But she's gonna... Obviously, they're gonna lose their magic. Which makes me wonder why, like, Terra was in Dissidia, because she really has no, like, fighting capability. In the realm. I guess her and Strago get different scenes. You realize that the conveyor belt to the left a little bit would take you down, as opposed to trying to walk down the one going up. Uh-oh. No, no! Don't draw a portrait that will cast a random lore spell at me. Probably. That makes me wonder, like... Like, if she draws portraits and they come to life, what does she draw them on? Like air? Like, it's just an apple. And you're like, what does that have to do with, you know, shadow? And then... I did not... Oh, okay. I probably should have used his tack stars more in the final battles, but I was kind of saving them in case I had to throw them at Kefka. There is a different way this scene can actually happen. If you watch his dreams and reveal his true identity, this makes more sense, and I think he takes off his mask. Spoiler warning. Just gonna spoil it right here. He's Realm's father. And he left. That's why Interceptor, you know, is the only one. The only two people he's nice to are Shadow and Realm. And the only two people who wear the Memento ring are Shadow and Realm, because, you know, that's her dad. And he left. Barum was like his partner or something. They were thieves. And then he found out that he had a child in Thamasa, and he left the dog. He left, and the dog was like, "I'm coming with you." And it was something. If you have to watch his dream sequence again, it's RNG nonsense, and I hate it. So that's why I'm not doing it. Or I'm not doing it now. I didn't do it during the game. I might do it later. But again, if you're really that interested, there's plenty of other Let's Plays in this game where they probably show that. I'm just glad to be done with it, because all you people there going, Final Fantasy VII, where is it? Well, you're about to see it. Not today, or whenever. All the episodes from the tower to now, the start of Kefka's Tower, were all recorded on the same day, so... Yeah, what about the ones in your inventory? Yeah, so why is she flying? That's what I don't get. It's like, she's flying beside the ship. For no real reason. Oh, there she goes. No! Lexi! And... plummet like a rock. Through the clouds. People standing on a hilltop somewhere. I'm guessing those are the kids from Mobliz. I don't know where they're standing at. Looks like a barren falls, but obviously that doesn't exist anymore. Clearly it is Mobliz. Do it right. What, have the baby right? I don't think she has a choice. And they're all like, Mama. I don't know why everybody's on the ground. I mean, I'm guessing, like, if he just did a sudden dive and nobody had anything to hold on to, they all kind of just fell over. Everybody okay? Oh, she's on the front of the ship there. And she's okay! Again, you should berate her. Why were you flying beside the ship? There was no point to that, Lexi. You just kind of ruined everything. Hironobu Sakaguchi. One of... I mean, in my opinion, easily one of the best, like, video game producers ever. Kitase, I will always be grateful for the... I believe he did Final Fantasy X. Those two guys, I believe, programmed most of the Final Fantasy games. At least the old ones. I don't recognize other those names. I mean, I know if I went back and checked the credits for pretty much every Final Fantasy game I've Let's Played, most of these names will be familiar. Which is why a lot of them... Uematsu, obviously, musical genius. I think most people who play video games would agree with that. Amano does amazing artwork. Actually, I mean, I tend to, I don't want to say mock, but like I tend to pick at the battle programmers in most of the Final Fantasy games, because a lot of times they have, you know, very obvious flaws. Like the fact that the darkness status never seems to do anything because half the time it's bugged. Spells that didn't do anything. This game obviously had a major flaw with the evade stat not working at all. Other than that, I don't think there was that many. But I mean, obviously these people aren't perfect. You know, they're not going to get everything right all the time. And they were trying. That's the important part. But yeah, I mean, they made a lot of these people, a lot of these names appear in most of the Final Fantasy games, and they have made some good ones up until this point. It's heavily debated on whether the best, in this point of the timeline, which I think was 1994 or 1995, I think it was 94, where it was debated on whether the best of Final Fantasy has already passed or it has yet to come. And as far as I can see, there are two schools of thought. People who grew up in the late 80s, early 90s, who started playing Final Fantasy at 7, when, you know, with the trailers in the movie theater and all the hype for it, because it was on a new console, they tend to like Final Fantasy VII the best. And, you know, people like me started in the early 80s and started with a Nintendo and, you know, all that sort of stuff. They tend to feel that 4, 6 Woolsey 4, 6, 5, you know, the old school ones were better. And again, an opinion is subjective. It could be biased by nostalgia or any other million factors of what makes something important to you, whether it's in your life or just in general. And I don't know. And so I don't know which category of those I fall into. Final Fantasy VII is not a terrible game by any means, but it's like Sakurai. I don't know if it's the same guy who does Smash Brothers, but probably not. I mean, there's obviously more than one person with a Sakurai in his game. But like, I mean, what kills me about Final Fantasy VII, I know I'm just kind of rambling at this point. You know, I should be doing my like final thoughts on this game, but I just keep talking about the next one. But one of the things that bothers me about Final Fantasy VII, for the most part, is how people who love it think it is literally the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like, to them, I mean, I'm sure anybody listening knows at least a handful of these people who think that, you know, all the characters in it are so amazing, and everything about it is awesome, and it's the greatest game, it's the greatest Final Fantasy ever, hands down, and anyone who debates you is an idiot. So, you know, those kind of people. That, if I'm around enough people like that for enough time, it taints my opinion of anything. Overhype will kill my desire to do anything faster than pretty much anything else on the planet. So that's why I get a little backwards when it comes to trying to rush into games, especially like Final Fantasy VII. You know, I've been simultaneously waiting for this technically this moment where I know I'm going to start playing Final Fantasy VII, and I've also been dreading it because I know that I'm probably going to say some unflattering things about it and get yelled at by everybody. But yeah, this is, you know, the last of the classic Final Fantasies. And as far as classic Final Fantasies, it was a good one to go out on. Because, I mean, this is an amazing game from top to bottom. Is it the best Final Fantasy game? No, I don't think so. But it's definitely top 3. Whereas I wouldn't even consider Final Fantasy VII in the top 5. That's just my colored opinion on it. You're free to agree or not, I don't care. Oh, they rebuilt that fast. Almost like Kefka's Dead. Oh, all the cities get built. Which actually is reminiscent to another game in the series that I'm hoping I can get to one day. Rose trying to flirt with B-Dude there. That's funny. But yeah, oh, the seed finally sprouted. That's nice. I remember ages ago, Nintendo Power hyped this game as having several endings. It really doesn't. I mean, the only differences in any of the endings is just which people you recruited, which you didn't, which I guess technically that counts, but there's minor variations, like with Shadow. I mean, obviously there's the big one, whether he could be there, he could be alive or not. I believe she's gonna take the thing out of her hair. Yeah. The one thing I don't get is that Terra, in pretty much every other medium that she appears in, is blonde. She doesn't have green hair. And it's like, I'm guessing that they kind of gave her green hair in the game, either due to a mix-up because of like the color sprites, or they just gave it to her to differentiate from the other heroine, Celis, who also has blonde hair. But then again, I mean, how many people in this game have blonde hair? Obviously, you know, Edgar and Sabin are both blonde. Pretty sure Realm has blonde hair. I mean, Setzer and Locke have white hair. That's, I guess, platinum blonde. Strago has white hair. Which I guess is just because it's white. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe they just wanted her to have green hair, but I decided later it was blonde. I don't know. But that closes the chapter on yet another game that I have managed to slog my way through and annoy you all with these ridiculous videos of silliness and shenanigans. This one's what, 82 videos. I expect Final Fantasy VII to be obviously quite a bit longer because of, you know, how much longer of a game it is due to the quote unquote console upgrade, as well as the fact that, you know, it has a lot more content in it to actually get through. I don't know if I'm going to 100% that game. I'm going to try. I mean, a lot of the optional content that people think about, I've done before. It's just, do I want to actually put the time in to do it again? Because me doing it is not going to be as, you know, either insightful or spectacular as probably half a dozen other videos out there of people doing it, where they're more prepared or they know better strategies. But I guess if you guys want me to do it, I'll do it, and that's just the end of it there. So yeah, thank you for watching Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. As I said before this episode was recorded, immediately, not immediately, but the entire end dungeon as well as the final battle and the credits were all recorded on the same day. So if you called a name out in a comment in another video, I don't know about it because I haven't seen it yet, because I haven't uploaded them yet. I'm not, you know, clairvoyant or anything. But I will try to get everybody involved. Hopefully I get some more responses. I mean, I think I have 6 names called already as of right now, but there's more characters than that. And it would be great if I could get everybody to pick a name. You don't even have to, like, pick your name. You could pick whatever name you want. You can have me call, you know, who's a free character? You could have me call Vincent, like, Poopface, which I'd rather you didn't. I mean, try to be mature about it, but I mean, even if your name's like Bob, you can have me call him Tim or whatever. Just, you could pick a name for him. And the reason I do that is because I try to make you guys feel, as you're watching this, that you're along for the ride. That I'm not just playing the game by myself. That you don't have to play along with me, but you're involved in some other way. And I try to get it spread out to where, you know, everybody gets around, or not gets around, everybody gets a turn, you know, so that, like, I'm not using the same 6 names over and over and over again. So, yeah, now I'm just kind of rambling about with the sweet Final Fantasy theme in the background. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, thanks for putting up with all this, and I hope you have a great night.